This is Kitzur Yomi as we continue learning Perek Yud Ches, which are the halachos of Shmoyne Esrei. We pick it up from Sif Gimel. Says the Kitzur HaMizpal Sarach Sheyeda. One who davens has to know Sheshchina Kinegdoi. The Shechina is opposite him. K'moshenem Arshevchi Kamayim Libich. Pour out your heart like water. Where? Noichach. Opposite. Penei Hashem. So we see Hashem is opposite you. Vayoyer. A kavana, you should arouse your kavana. V'yosir kol machshavas atayr so you remove all machshavas. Ad shetishoyer machshavta v'kavanot zaka v'tila till you have a pure kavana and you can focus on your davening. V'yachshav, and you should think. Let's say you're sitting in front of a king. Bivadai. Certainly you'll know what you're going to say. Of intent. You don't want to stumble while you're talking. You have to have kavana, you have to have intent with that which you are saying. Because in front of Hashem, a machshava k'may dibur. It's even more so when you stand in front of a king. He doesn't know your thoughts. Hashem knows your thoughts even. And Hashem examines even that which is in our minds. You should think of the exalted, incredible nature of Hashem. We are, and thereby remove all thoughts of pleasures from your mind, and thereby be able to have intent in your tefillos. And we continue with Sif Dalin. One who davens have in mind. What should you have in mind? What's kavana? Pirush ha'amilah shumaitz misvarasav. The meaning of the words you say, Shenemar tachan liba takshavaznecha, direct your heart, let your ears be attentive. Ukivar nitzul harbi siddur mevir she'ashken has many translations. This is even before the world of arts called. V'yachal kol adam lomad l'havin v'kol mashis. Probably can understand what you're saying. Let's say that's too much. What's the least? What's the lowest level of kavana? You have to think, subdue your heart. At the lowest level, you know I'm talking to God. Be quiet. And wait until the thought leaves you. We put our feet together as if the feet are one lead. Want to look like malachim and their legs are straight. No 20 quotes from Moshe that really your entire feet, front and toe, foot and toe should be touching each other. You want to bend your head a little bit downward. Close your eyes. You don't want to be looking at anything. Siddur, if you're davening from a Siddur, lo yisrainam in a Siddur, look in the Siddur. Put your hands in your heart. Yamina al smaila, you're right over your left. Note 22 points out from the Mishnah Berurah and Sadihei, this is the way you're dressing a king. This is how you stand. This is how they would stand before the audience of the king. Like you're standing and begging at the door. And you express the words verbally, concentration, precision, daven according to your nutzach, all of them have incredible yesaidas. Which this is a little bit of a challenge. Don't mix up nuschayis, ki kol nuschay tevosem, and his fears, every nusach, the words are counted al pi saidas kedoilis v'noisim b'ligareya, and you really got to be careful. And this is really a challenge. You daven Sfard, you have an Ashkenaz Siddur, and vice versa. You really want to make sure that you're saying everything appropriately. Yizar b'lizbav b'lachash sevav teaches the Kitzur. Make sure to daven quietly. Rakshu ba'atzva yishva mashu omer. You can hear what you're saying, but the person next to you, you cannot hear the words. Siv Zayin, Lo yisvachatz al shum davar. Don't lean on anything. Afilu smichal koldu, even leaning a little bit, because it detracts. It says the Mishnah Brura for your mere concentration. Note 27 says the Mishnah Brura writes you're allowed to lean a little bit as long as you're not fully supported. What means fully supported? That if you move that item, you're not going to fall. If you're a little weak, you're allowed to daven lying or sitting down. Note 28 points out very, very appropriately. If you're on a train, you're on an airplane, and you can't stand, then you want to daven in the way that you can have the most kavana, quoting the Igros Moshe. If you mamash can't talk, think the words in your heart. You should not hold anything while you're davening. Raka Siddur, Oyamachsir, Im Sarech Loi, nothing else. Person should mark for he davens as become where you're davening. You don't want to be flipping through all the pages. You want to know exactly what you're doing. It's best to daven by the wall. We spoke about this already. Not everyone could, but that's the best. What does it mean a chatzitza in you on the wall? 10 by 4. If it's always there, people are not this is not something you should be makon on being next to the wall. You close your eyes down from the siddur. So we're seeing that the reason why you're supposed to be davening by the wall so that nothing distracts you. And similarly, you should not daven by a picture. If it happens, either you have to like by a tapestry or a decorated wall, close your eyes. A spiegel, a mirror, even with your eyes closed, because it looks like you're davening to your reflection. We'll just quote some shuls. If you didn't get a chance to frost the windows, you're standing by the window, you see a reflection. The Shevet Levi learns that's not called a mirror. Obviously, the lechatchila is not to be there because it messes up your concentration. But if you're in such a matziv, you should know that l'maisa you're allowed to daven. Lo yisbal makaparet, you should not daven in an open area, kigun basadeh, such as a field. Note 39 points out from the Mishnah Brura that if it's enclosed without a ceiling, it's still fine. If you're in a private area, you have the fear of the king. If you're traveling, then it's better to daven in a little more of a secluded area. It aids kavana. Sif test, comes out of your mouth. Neficha, what is that? You're very satiated. Which has the odor of that which you're eating. He's giving you the taich of what a burp is. You stretch out your body. That you shouldn't do. You open your jaws wide. It's called a yawn. If you have to yawn, cover your mouth. People shouldn't see this incredible yawn while you're davening. You should not spit. But if you have some spit in your mouth, you can't daven. You have this big spit in your mouth. Then I beg you to put in a cloth or a handkerchief, discreetly. If it's much disgusting, you could spit it out. If you can't sit behind, yark l'smalai to the left, because the right has respect. If you have l'smalai, then yark l'mina. Again, not so relevant in our world. If a louse bites him while he's davening, but because of asirai, you could move your clothing to get rid of it. Don't remove it with your hands. Again, not so relevant, but it could be relevant. You get bit by a mosquito, you just get rid of it while you're davening. In Nishmat Tals Me'elav, let's say your towel slipped off, Yochlach Ziroi, you're allowed to put it back. Afilu nafal ruba, even if most it fell off. Avalim nafal kuloi, inu rash satabai, misham nave hefsek, because it's going to be a hefsek. Now, note 48 points out, which really is a little bit of a rule. If let's say then you're standing at a towel, so you're not able to concentrate, you just feel so strange, you're allowed to put it back on. So really the nakuda that we're going for over here is the greatest kavana, whichever way it's going to be. And we conclude, V'im nafal, sefer lefanav ha'ma'aretz, if a sefer falls, we took saying Yisbal kavanasai, then mutal like biyah bein bracha lebracha, then you're allowed to pick it up between brachas. Which, again, better not to. If you can't have kavanah, then you could. A similar case is going to be that, let's just finish learning, and we'll give it a very common case called Asur Malach Shev, so you take the 3 steps back, as we're going to see. A classic case could be, we're learning over here, if a siddur falls all the way ahead of you, and you can't have kavanah, you're allowed to go walk and pick it up. So similarly, if a child is screaming in the middle of Shon Esrei, and you can't, it's messing up your kavanah and everyone else's, then it's really not adaptable. But if you have no choice, then yes, go walk out with the child, and then you'll have to come back and continue davening. Pick it up from Sif Yud, B'siyata Dishmaya.